Hello everybody and welcome to the Capital One Arena here in Washington, where the Buffalo Sabres come into town with a 10-0 record, and they have a 2-0 series lead in this in this Eastern Conference final. It's Tage Thompson lining up for the draw against Dylan Strom, and we're underway as the series shifts to Washington, and this crowd is ready to get their team back into this series. Darlene will send it around to Bowen Byram, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and Logan Thompson, the starting goaltender for Washington. It was some question marks if Lindgren was going to get the start after a walloping game 2 in Buffalo. Game 1 headed to overtime. Game 2, Buffalo clearly won it and was in control most of the game. As we start with an icing down in the Buffalo Sabres end, we bring in Bob Sutherland.
Yeah, I really like the way Buffalo played game 2, but you gotta expect Washington with a couple of days off. They get back into it. Now they're on home ice. You gotta expect a different performance out of them. And I expect a much better performance after Logan Thompson's game 2.
There was a shot that just went wide. The puck gets played around the wall. Still no shots on net for either team, as Tage Thompson will chip it up the wall there to Bowen Byram, moves offside at the Capitals' blue line. Face-off one there by the Capitals. A shot. There's the first one of the game. Brought to you by NHLShot.com as they get another one right away on UPL, and he makes a good stop.
They're completed by the Capitals to get pucks deep in the corner. Work this zone line for protest. It's another face-off win.
That shot got tipped off the post. Capital member inside the Buffalo net. Another shot. Another save by Luukkonen. Good start from Washington. Here's McMichael to protest, and he couldn't get the shot off. And now here comes Zucker. He's got protests all over him. Zucker down low, popped away, and now here's Connor McMichael. Works his way back in, a shot. Couldn't get it off of his stick, as now he's hurt on the ground. He just came back from injury. Pass up to Doan. Holds, fires a wrist shot. Saved away there by Thompson. Quinn jumps on it. As in some agony right now is Connor McMichael, but they haven't blown it dead. Here's Owen Power with a shot. Stopped there by Thompson. Quinn holds. Plays it down low to Doan. Doan walks the line. Pumps it back over to the Shen. The Dia shot stopped there by Thompson. And now they'll finally get some assistance on Connor McMichael. And this is not good for the Capitals.
Yeah, this is his second game back due from that injury. Look at that hit from Owen Power, and that is a tough one for McMichael. Goes down hard and straight down the tunnel.
So not good, not a good sight there for Washington as they just get him back in the lineup with protest. And now he's off again. Another shot stopped there by Thompson as he'll smother it and get a whistle here for the Capitals. Face off one, and now Roy will play it up over to Obi. He takes a big hit along the wall, and now Wilson will chip it in. This defensive pairing of Stanley and Shen have been so good for Buffalo throughout the long stretch of playoff hockey that they've been playing. Wilson tries to steer it back, plays over to Roy, and now a pass over to Ovechkin. Broken up there by Malenstein, and he'll play it back over to Logan Stanley. Up to Carrick, in the middle of the Peyton Krebs. Couldn't get around the defenseman there, Roy. And now he will play it up over to Strome. Works his way 1-on-3. Couldn't get a shot off. Wilson up top. Here's a shot. They score! Jacob Chikrin opens up the scoring here at game number 3. And Washington is on the board.
Great goal there for the Capitals. Good work, Buffalo. puts a siege on them early, but then they come back. Great work here by Tom Mosen to find the trailer and Jacob Chikrin. And Luukkonen probably wants that one back, but a great shot answers for Jacob Chikrin, his 4th of the postseason, and the Capitals have the 1-0 lead.
That's the Capitals' first lead since game number 1, period number 1 of this series. So definitely a confidence boost there for Washington. But here comes Alex Tuch trying to work his way in. Big hit down in the corner there from Tuch. Beauvillier holds it. Tries to poke it around Dahlin. He couldn't. Dahlin plays up over to Tuch. Nice move over the blue line. Tuch with a blast and a stop there by Thompson as he'll hold on and get a whistle. 7:25 to go in the first period. 1-0 the Capitals lead it. You're watching the simulation series here on the EA Network and Flow Hockey. Face-off, won there by Washington. 7:15 to go here in the first period of play of game number 3 of this Eastern Conference Final. Here's Frank, works his way in, gets a shot on Luukkonen, took a big hit there. And now Tuch will play it out. The series is 2-0 Buffalo. Here as the Capitals looking to try to get back in the series. Great move there by Benson, as he made a nice little toe drag into the middle of the ice. Moroschenko now works his way in. Takes a bump. Benson is on it. Benson lost the puck. Danforth is there to help him out. Plays up over to Dahlin, who will pump the brakes. Holds. Fires a shot. Tipped in front. Good save by Logan Thompson yet again. Face-off won by Danforth. Stanley on it. It was Leonard trying to knock him off the puck. It's going to be harder than that as a shot from Mallinston was blocked. Protest hit by Stanley. Protest over to Beauvillier, and it's sent down in the corner. Leonard hit there by Kozak. Tries to play it in the middle. Greenway is there for Buffalo, and he'll play it up over to Danforth, who has a step. Here's Danforth now in, crashing the net. Stopped there by Thompson. Protest works his way around Stanley. Feeds over to Beauvillier, who will hold. Chips it back over to Mallenstein. And now he will pump the brakes. Hold. Makes a move. And waits. Mallenstein will hold. Fires a wrist shot. Glove save Thompson. Roy got the puck turned over. Quinn will poke it away from Protest. And now Zucker plays up over to Stanley. Gains zone entry here for Buffalo. Stanley in the middle to Quinn. And a shot wrapped off of a body and went into the corner. Turned over. Dove with the backhand. Great save there by Logan Thompson. Great keeping there from Shen. And he can't fire a shot off in time. And that will do it for the first period. A late push from the Buffalo Sabres. But it's Logan Thompson and the Washington Capitals who hold their own and remain up 1-0 off of a Chikrin snipe here in the first period.
Donor, I gotta ask you.
Harry Knuckles, buddy.
You're next to this guy who you've known for a long time because he played with your dad with the Coyotes. You were a young kid and you saw him. I imagine at some point you imagined, I'll be on the ice playing. I can't believe you ever imagined that you'd be playing on national TV and this guy would be next to you interviewing you.
No, but he's always been so good at this side of the game that I don't think it really surprises anyone that he's down here. And it'll be fun tonight having him around.
You also got in a little bit of a scrap too, huh? Did you teach him how to scrap too, as well?
No, we don't want him doing that, because he's got to save the mitts. But I just want to hop in and tell him how proud I am of you, buddy. I mean, I saw you play minor hockey in Arizona, saw you play at ASU, and now what you're doing with that tough trade in the offseason and what you've done so far with this team, just incredible to watch. And not even just your offensive play, the way you're playing without the puck, the way you take your takeaways, which you lead the league in. Just so proud of you, Donor.
I appreciate that, Biz.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Donor, what have you learned from Paul Bissonnette over the many years that you have known him that's going to help you?
Not how to eat. yeah. No, I think I laugh. As a kid, it was so cool. He'd stick around a couple times and watch me play at the ice stand. And I think something my dad always talked about is how much fun Biz had at the rink and how good their teams were at times because of Biz keeping it light and making sure the guys having a good time. So, I don't know if Biz taught me too many things on the ice, but off the ice, he taught me some fun stuff.
Definitely not how to eat. I remember the one time he came to pregame meal because he had school off, and I left the pregame meal, and the kids were like, "Dad, why does he eat like that?" And Shane's like, "Just as long as you don't follow suit, we're good." But it's no surprise that he turned out the way that he did because of his father, one of the classiest guys to ever play in the NHL. Played so hard night in, night out, and one of the best captains, if not the best captain I ever had in hockey. So proud to have played with your father, and so proud to watch you play, buddy. Go out there, get 2 points, and all of a sudden you're in a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Josh Doan there with Paul Bissonnette earlier this season, and, well, they went out and got 2 points that game. They need a goal from Mr. Josh Doan here tonight in this second period as they trail 1-0. Thompson feeds it across over to Darlene. Turns it over early. A pass to Wilson. And a great save there by UPL. And he made another good stop. Dug into the corner. Washington starting on time. Here's Byram now with some speed. Works into the zone. Pumps the brakes. Fires a shot off the post. What a chance that was there for Bowen Byram. Darlene with a big hit. And now Benson works his way in. Zach Benson pumps up over to Alex Tuck. Back to Darlene. Fires it. Hit a body out in front. Benson almost jumped on the loose puck. Couldn't. And now it's played back over to Strome. Feeds it up over to Ovechkin. Across. Broken up there. And now here comes Tage Thompson. A 3-on-1 for Buffalo. Now a 2-on-1. Thompson holds. Waits. Fires. And he couldn't get all of the shot as good back check there by Tom Wilson. Intercepted that little break there. Here's Zucker now, working it in for Buffalo. A much better start to the second period for the Sabres. And a battle out in front, no penalty there. Big hit by Doan. Sorneff, he's got the puck, turns it over, and here's Josh Doan. Works his way into the zone, holds the puck, waits, tries to feed one out in front. It hit the side of the cage, and now it's back onto the stick of Faravari. He works his way in. A big hit there from Owen Power. Shen is on it. Lead feed pass to Zucker and swipes it over to Doan, who pumps the brakes, fires a shot. That one gets blocked. And now here comes Washington back the other way. Strome, but Stanley closing on him. Big hit there from Logan Stanley. Now he may have a break. Look at Logan Stanley in with a slap shot, broke his stick.
What a weird start to the second period. Look at this.
Doohan now behind Connor Carrick, and a stop there by Luukkonen. The game has really opened up here in the second period. Massive hit down in the Buffalo corner. Connor Carrick works his way in. A shot that goes off a body and into the netting, and we finally get a stoppage in play.
A really good stop here by Luukkonen right in the beginning of this second period. That could have been bad for Buffalo. Going down 2-0 in the second period would have been a tough look for them. Tom Wilson just couldn't elevate the puck. Great work for the Capitals top line to get a chance on net.
Face-off won there by Protest. And now Chikrin, the goal scorer for Washington, has the puck. He tried to feed one over, and it was a big collision at the wall. Here's a pass out in front. Good stop by Luukkonen on Beauvillier. Darlene up to Carrick. pumps the brakes, feeds it over to Krebs. Tries to get in, back to Carrick, and the puck gets slid into the wall, and Alexi Protest is there for Washington. Good stick, Byram up to Danforth. With a shot, easily stopped there by Thompson, and he'll play it out. Big hit along the wall, kept along there by Marchenko, and he will chip it over to Linson. It goes behind the net. Good play there by Buffalo to intercept it, and here comes the fourth line. Greenway tries to get it in. Danforth is on the loose puck, jumps in, a shot, stopped there by Thompson, and he'll cover it up yet again. 7:24 to go in the second period. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs here on YouTube and Flow Hockey.
That's how AI will impact all of your jobs. Any questions? Yes, you, sir.
Can AI analyze and react quickly?
Absolutely. Can it perform under pressure?
Welcome to Minnesota.
It doesn't feel pressure. Is it fast?
With speed.
So fast.
Hey, AI guy. Is it good in a scrum?
What's a scrum?
McAvoy took offense to something.
It's a scrum. Doesn't even know a scrum.
It's just out of this world. Just not human.
Unbelievable.
That.
We're back here in Washington. Face off to the left of Thompson, who's been very good in the net so far here tonight. And he's 3 for 3 on a bounce back loss. So Washington on a bounce back loss. Logan Thompson has been pretty much perfect. Duhane couldn't get the puck deep, so now here comes Greenway. He works his way in. Greenway is big body. Gets a shot on net. Chips it down low to Quinn, who will hold. Buffalo getting a change in the offensive zone now. Power to Shen with a shot in a body. Danforth holds yet again. Plays it back. Shen with another shot. Stopped there by Thompson. And he'll hold on with another whistle coming to his left.
Thompson's been very good seeing the puck. Good bounce back game for Logan Thompson here so far.
Josh Stoneline has been a pain in the Capitals' rear end here in the first 2 games of this series, and they work the puck free again. Here's Jason Zucker in on the backhand. Quinn up top, Stanley fires a shot. Another save by Thompson.
Yeah, great work by Buffalo. Get the dome line out, get some good offensive zones, and now you get the Thompson line to go out there and try to get a goal.
Face-off won by the Capitals yet again. The best face-off team in the postseason, but a turnover. Here's Tuck and scores! What a goal! Alex Tuck!
One game here in Washington. What a goal! A bad play by the Capitals defense turns the puck over. Tuck could have had a pass to Benson or Thompson, but the veteran Alex Tuck takes this to the net, drags it across body. Watch this move by Alex Tuck. Kicks the puck up to his stick right there, and now as he gets the puck, little hey, how are you? And a backhand over the pad of Logan Thompson, and in the back of the net.
Alex Tuck now leads the postseason in points. It's his 14th point here in this postseason, and we are all squared up at 1 apiece here in Washington. Buffalo looking to try to put a stranglehold on this series as Benson now works his way in, fires a shot, saved there by Thompson, and he'll cover it for a whistle.
Nine assists for Alex Tuck, 5 goals. He's had himself a good postseason here for Buffalo.
Big hit there along the wall from Tuck, and now here's Marchenko now. Plays it in the middle, good stick by Dahlin, and that puck just went wide. Tuck now works his way down low, pass across to Thompson, who tried to tuck it in. Chikrin there, turned over again. Tage Thompson up top from Byram, and that one went off the mask of Logan Thompson.
Buffalo pressing again here in the second period. Late.
Another turnover. Byram is there. Hold, shoots high. Glove save. Chickering can't get it out. Byram there, and that will do it for the second period of play. The Buffalo Sabres tie this hockey game at 1 when Alex Tuck scores this beauty on Logan Thompson here in the second period.
Jobs. And by supporting Canada's security and economic prosperity, Hanwha is committed to a stronger Canada.
Brad, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Paul Bissonnette's got about 19 questions for you. He has a eye patch on for some reason.
Playmaking advice? No, I said that you guys have...
What are we doing here, fellas?
Time out. I said you guys have a big core group, and then you guys are familiar with each other's tendencies. All right, Brad? And by the way...
Okay, I didn't catch that part.
Yeah, well, if your ears were as big as your nose, you would have. First of all, congratulations on your 6-year deal. I'm no rocket Scientologist here, but that would bring you to 43. Like, you're going to still be playing in 6 years, Brad?
Well, the two choices I have are to keep playing, or I got to come sit and listen to you every day. So I want to keep doing this so that my ears don't take a beating.
Marshall, I'll go easy on you. I want you to talk about your liney, or last year during the Cup run at least, Anton Lundell. He's a player that your coaching staff has talked about, saying he's going to take that next step this year. You guys led the postseason in even strength goals. Pump his tires a little bit for the viewing audience at home.
Yeah, he's probably the best looking guy I've ever played with. Phenomenal hairline. Yeah, just great dude. But no, he, in all seriousness, he is an unbelievable two-way player. So responsible in both ends of the rink. You know, his stick details at such a young age, and kind of knowing where to position himself to support the D, support the wingers, and then he's very strong on his stick. And you know, I think last year you saw his abilities to make plays and to finish plays, and he knows where to go to be around the net. And you know, he's not scared to be in the battle. So he's got an incredible future in front of him, and this team's been very blessed to have him in the 3-hole. You know, he's a 1-2 on any team. And you know, so it's been a treat for this team to have him there, and you're starting to see what he can do with some more ice time and some power play. You know, so like I said, he's got a bright future.
Jeez, that was a long answer. Take a breath. I got a follow-up, by the way. I stalk you on Instagram. I have alerts to my phone every time you post, and I noticed that you were posting a lot of hunting photos. And at one point this summer, were you hunting for goats?
Yeah, I was. I drew a very common, they call it a once-in-a-lifetime tag in Colorado. And, yeah, I went out and I always try to do it every year just to get away and kind of take a breath before training camp. Yeah, so I was out there for a bit.
And I got one last one here, and it's not for me.
You got something to follow it up.
We got a new guy on staff, Diener. And I wrote down the question he had. He goes, how does a 37-year-old who's so slow get so many breakaways?
You know, I tried to do a lot of reading this summer and studying about guys, you know, and there was this really, really good quote that I liked from Patty Waugh. It said, I can't really hear what you're saying, Biz, because I got my 2 cup rings plugged in my ears.
Beautiful.
Well, he got him on that one. Last laugh, Brad Marchand. Third period, about to get underway here in Washington. Buffalo and the Capitals locked in at 1 apiece, but Buffalo leads the series 2-0. Let's see what Washington has in the bank here at home ice.
I will say, Colin, they played a much better game than game 2. Better bounce back game. They look stronger and they look more determined than they did in game 2.
Here's Tuck driving the net again. He almost scored just like he did in the second period. A shot from Darlene was swatted aside there by Thompson, and Wilson takes a big hit there by Byram. One thing that Lindy Ruff said that his team will need to do if they want to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals is be physical against this Washington Capitals team, as that is how they got out of the first 2 rounds, and they have really held their own here in this series.
Yeah, I think they've actually been more physical style of play.
Here's Strome now with a shot. Saved there by Luukkonen. Big hit by Shen behind the net. Luukkonen's got it. Shen gets attacked there by Ovechkin. A shot out in front. Obi took a big hit, but at least he got the shot off. Thompson, Chikrin, a blast out in front. Obi kicking the rebound, and he had an open net. Obi still scoreless in this Eastern Conference Final. A shot blocked. Back onto the stick of Benson with a wrist shot. It got tipped in front. Now there's a loose puck in front of the Washington net. And Thompson will cover it.
What a shift in from Alexander Ovechkin. It was the big hit here in the center ice on Dahlin. He steps him up, and then he goes down and has a glorious chance out in front on the rebound. And he just couldn't get there and couldn't get a stick on it.
Now the face-off down in the Washington zone after a close call for the Buffalo Sabres. Back and forth we go here in the third. Ryan Leonard now makes a nice move over the blue line. He had Owen Power kind of tossing and turning a little bit, but made the nice play. Big hit on Power. Doan makes a move into the zone. Plays it back over to Mallinson with a high shot off of the mask again from Logan Thompson. Protest onto the stick of Leonard. He gets hit by Mallenstein. Protest. Plays it back over to Van Riemsdyk. Finds Faravari. Onto the stick of Alexei Protest. Ryan Leonard poked away there by Power. And the Capitals trying to gain entry to the zone. They do. Van Riemsdyk down low, open net! And it was right there for Beauvillier. And again, just couldn't get the puck on his stick. It was bobbling away and the open net was there. Here's Zucker now. Works his way in for Buffalo. Has a man on his back in a massive collision. Stick flew up in the air. Mallinson can't gain the zone because Zucker was still down there. No penalty call. Washington fans like that collision. Buffalo bench and the Buffalo white jerseys that are in the stands didn't. A pass over, broken up by Sordov, and now he's got a step. Here's Sordov in, great back check by Clutch. A shot tipped in front, stopped. Another great save by Luukkonen. Duhaime out in front, Sordov can't get it, and now Luukkonen will hold on and get the whistle with 7:54 to go here in the third period as UPL makes a pretty big game-saving stop to keep this game 1-1.
Tippin is out of control these days.
Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look. Tape, tape, tape.
Under the arm of Sauls.
Sometimes all they did was stand it.
This goes off the left leg. It's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
It's always when you're trying to save.
No chance for Otto.
What? I love tipping.
Face off to the left of Luukkonen after that game-saving stop. He got a little bit of a breather, and Danforth wins a big draw. Byram is on it, and we'll feed it up over to Kozak. He works his way in for Buffalo. Kozak pumps the brakes. A sharp angle shot. Kicked away there by Thompson. Morozhenko. Byram stepped up on him. He'll feed it over to Frank. Frank works his way down low. A big hit on him. Another shot steered aside by Luukkonen. Byram gets into the corner with Lenton. Big hit by Greenway. Lenton stays on the puck. Now he's got Dahlin on him. And Dahlin's there to help out. Greenway holds. Waits. Feeds it down low to Byram, who was trying to break through. Big hit down in the corner. Buffalo first on the puck. Byram holds. Fires a shot. Traffic in front. Rebound. Can't get it there. It was Tage Thompson. Benson with a hit off the bench. Thompson delivers a shoulder check. Here comes Sordoff now for Washington with a shot. That was a 100-mile-per-hour slap shot from Morschenko. Benson. Tage Thompson now. He's got Tuck with him. Thompson delays a pass to Tuck. Stopped there by Thompson. And he'll hold on to get a whistle. 3:09 to go here in the third period. Ethan Frank makes a really nice play, getting a shot on net, but getting pounded by Rasmus Dahlin.
There he was slow getting up, and now he's also gone down the tunnel, Colin. So that's two members from Washington, Connor McMichael in the first period, and now Ethan Frank in the third.
Face-off won by Thompson. Power fires it, hit Thompson in the foot, and that was a bullet, and that one took a bite out of Thompson. Shots at 30-15 for the Sabres. Shen takes a hit. Thompson stayed on the ice. Now he's got the puck. Thompson holds, nice move in front, and a good save there by Logan Thompson. Ovechkin tries to get it out. He does. Here's Strome. Back up top to Wilson. To Ovechkin, and he couldn't pull the trigger in time. Zucker to Thompson. Holds the puck and waits. Drops it back over to Shen, who's going to walk the line. Decides to shoot. Saved there by Thompson. And he will hold on and get a whistle with just under a minute to go here in the third period. Just taking a look at some of the highlights there of Logan Thompson. Making multiple saves here tonight.
Much tighter game than game number 2, eh?
Really good game here between these two franchises. And Farivari now on the puck. He'll play it across, over to Beauvillier. A big hit down low. Thompson couldn't get a piece of his man, and a shot out in front. Good stop. Protest. Back down low. He's dangerous. Plays it up top. A shot got deflected in front. Lukin with a good save. Stanley has Beauvillier all over him. Good shift here for the protest line. Zucker to Mallenstein. Plays up over to Quinn. 18 seconds for Buffalo. Quinn couldn't get the puck. Protest is now on it. Fans in Washington are on their feet, trying to cheer their team on for the final dying seconds. A big hit from Buffalo. And we are going to have some overtime hockey yet again here in the Eastern Conference Final. The Buffalo Sabres tied it in the second period. Luukkonen makes a couple of big saves. So does Logan Thompson. And we are headed to overtime for the second game out of the last three here in the Eastern Conference Final.
Congratulations, now on pace for 103 points. That would be if you get their 4 straight seasons of 100 points. Biz, you starting us off?
Okay, I thought we were going to give it. Let's give it the Panger.
We're going to Panger.
Excuse me.
Attaboy, Pasta. He did buy me a bottle of wine one time in Denver at the restaurant, so I appreciate that, Pasta. And I could use one right now, hanging with these guys. You guys face, I think you've got the 4th or 5th toughest schedule in the remaining games, including this game in Buffalo against a red-hot team. What is it about your team that's not going away and that's going to play well against the tougher teams in the NHL?
I mean, listen, we play in the best league in the whole world, so anybody can beat anybody. It doesn't matter the standings. You could see it last night. We came out flat, came out with a loss. So, you can. It's everybody has the same schedule. So you can look at it. You have to focus on yourself. It wasn't pretty. Really happy, super proud of our group. The way we responded, the way we played. Even the third period wasn't the way we wanted to, but end up with a big, huge 2 points, and that's the most important thing.
Pasta, we're going to go off the rails a little bit. We're going to start with your pregame walk-in and that toque you were wearing. Was that the first time you've worn that hat with the little things poking out of it?
Honestly, I thought you were going to bring up my toe pick, so...
Oh, we're getting there. It's early.
We're going to the hat, yeah. No, I wore it before. listen, I walked to the game yesterday at home, and we went straight to Buffalo. It's actually been in really nice weather here, so didn't need it today, but it's a comfy tuk. It's a little big, but listen, I love it.
I was going to ask if it was your lucky
bring
tuk
it in
because you had to
now.
put up the goal and 2 assists, and now we got to get to your toe pick, and then it panned you on the bench. What were you saying to yourself after that toe pick?
Photographer.
That I looked like Biz out there. No, honestly, yeah.
Take the skate guards
not my
off,
favorite
Pasta.
moments. Yeah, not my favorite moment. The puck died a little bit, so I tried to poke it so I don't lose any speed, and I hit my heel. So I looked for the puck, and then my toe hit the other heel. I heard Lindy Ruff. As soon as Darlene rimmed the puck, then he was screaming on the bench, no. So I guess he scared me a little bit too, so give him credit for that. But
Pasta, my last follow-up here. Of all guys to chirp you after you get the assist, I believe it was on the... whose goal was it? Was it... I'm drawing a blank here.
Arvidsson's
goal.
after he gets poke checked. Yes.
Was Zadorov chirping you there, going to the pile?
Honestly, we were saying triple boxing gloves that neither of us could handle the puck, and then Arvid just came in there and poked it into the net, and Zaddy, I think he funneled it to me, 2-knuckle puck. I fumbled it, and then Arvid just came in and poked it. So we were saying we all had the boxing gloves. I can call them Biz gloves.
Gotta love when the boys chirp pull Biz nasty. Overtime here in Washington for game number 3. As what some people in the Washington area would say is a must-win game. And for Buffalo, it would be a nice win to go up 3-0. Here we go. Alex Tuck has got the puck, and now he skates in. Nice move inside. Stopped there by Thompson. He made 2 big saves. Holy cow, it was almost over as quick as it started. Buffalo pouring on the pressure at the end of each period, first, second, and third during the regulation time of this one, and now they're starting this overtime period off with a couple of good chances. Puck slid into Luukkonen. He'll poke it away. Benson is there. Strome heads to the bench. No stick on him. And now Tuck tries to work away from his defender. Penalty coming to Washington. It's going to be Alex Ovechkin with the cross check. He's not happy, so the first penalty call of this hockey game is going to go to Washington, with Ovi getting a cross check on Alex Tuck. So a power play for Buffalo here in overtime to try to win this game and go up 3-0 in the series. Washington needs a clear. They don't get one. Benson, Byram, and Buffalo sets up. Byram to Benson. Back to Byram. Tries to feed it away. That was broken up. And a dump down play by Washington. Camp hit by Byram. And now here's Darlene. Getting booed from the Washington fans, and now he will skate his way into the zone and sets it up. Darlene across to Zucker, and that's knocked away by Feravari, and then knocked back away by Zucker. Feravari and Zucker battle, and Feravari will chip it just outside the blue line. Here's Doan. Works his way in for Buffalo. Sandin is there to chip it down the ice for Washington. 53 seconds left of the Buffalo power play here in overtime. Zucker makes a nice move around his defenseman. 3-on-2. Zucker to Doan. Hold, shoots. Blocked by Roy. Doan with a good puck retrieval down in the corner. Plays up top to Clutch. And he can't get it. Now here's a foot race. Alexei protests. Shooting. Good save there by Luukkonen. Lead feed pass to Zucker again. Plays in the middle to Doan. Back down to Quinn. Can't get it away from Roy. Zucker does. Zucker, 9 seconds, a pass, shot! Glove saved by Thompson, and he'll hold on. 4 seconds left of the power play. And the Buffalo Sabres looking to end it. They've got the big boys out on the ice here for 4 seconds. Thompson with a win. Power, clutch with a shot, and it hit a body out in front. Big hit there by Benson down in the corner. Washington wanted a penalty. They're not going to get one. Lenson, nice play. Down low, a shot blocked by Buffalo. And now here comes a break. Alex Tuck almost behind the D. Good change by Washington. Tuck with a shot. Good block. And a big collision out in front. Sent over above Ovi's head. He takes a run at the defenseman. And now good play there by Power to send the puck deep. Strome feeds up over to Leonard. Tried to poke it around the Buffalo defender, but Owen Power was that defender. And that's going to be hard to do. Here's Tage Thompson now in. Pumps the brakes, holds, shields his body away from the puck. Kicks it around to the wall to Tuck. Alex Tuck plays in the middle. A shot by Kozak. Stop point blank by Thompson. Power shooting. It's off of a shin pad. Shen. Kozak. Power. Fires, and another save there by Thompson. Tuck. Buffalo getting fresh bodies out on the ice. Kozak holds. Finds some angle. A shot off the post. Tuck tried to get it away. Couldn't. Morshenko hit there. Tuck to Stanley. Here's Shen shooting. Tipped it by rebound. Danforth couldn't bury it. Logan Thompson with a brilliant save as a shot from Kozak rang the iron. Buffalo putting Washington under siege here in the first 10 minutes of this overtime period off the post. And then Logan Thompson with a great save to keep his team in it. Face-off won by Washington, and they needed that, but they just get the puck out. Here's Quinn, though, coming back for Buffalo. Pumps the brakes. Now in the middle, a shot from Doan. Saved by Thompson again.
What a start to this overtime period for the Buffalo Sabres.
Face-off won by Strome. It's played away along the wall. Big hit there. Ovechkin stayed on side, but good work by Mallinston to keep him away from the middle of the ice. Now a pass back up to the point. A shot blocked by Stanley. Zucker gets around the defense, but the puck got knocked away from him. And Stanley with one good last poke for that play. Stanley to Zucker. Gets it around the wall. Quinn is there to dump it in for Buffalo. 6:15 to go here in the first overtime period. Garavari hit by Zucker. Kozak can't bring the puck in. And now here comes Washington back the other way. Broken up, and here's Doan. Feeds it over to Zucker, who waits, fires a shot. It got hit by a stick. Kozak in the middle. Here's Zucker, who was trying to pull the trigger and couldn't. Zucker now has some space. Holds, shoots, saved by Thompson. As he will hold with 4 minutes and 29 seconds left.
What a overtime period for the Buffalo Sabres. It's constant pressure and constant shots on Logan Thompson. And they are doing really, really well at keeping this puck away from their end.
40-18 are the shots on net. We're tied at 1. Face-off won by Danforth. Byram fires, stopped again by Thompson. As the fourth line for Buffalo gets a shift here.
And they're playing it to protest line. A good face-off win by Danforth on Alexei Protest.
Now Protest is going to win one against Danforth, and Chikrin will skate it out over to Leonard. Finds Beauvillier. He took a hit there by Darlene, and now he feeds it over to Greenway. Greenway tripped up. Penalty coming to Washington. The second penalty of the game gets called in overtime, and it is a trip. Spencer Carberry and the Capitals not happy, but it is a tripping call. And Buffalo to the power play. 0 for 1 in the game. And Washington starts by getting a face-off win and just outside the blue line. But here comes Dahlin. Look at Rasmus Dahlin dropping it back to Thompson. Look at this little win here by Sordet. Plays it out front, a shot, and that was a close call there for Washington, shorthanded. Dahlin gets the pass from Byram. Holds, and now waits. He's got Thompson with him. Puck can't stay in, and now here's a chance. Jacob Chikrin in! Stopped off the post! What a chance that was for Chikrin. Here's Zach Benson now. Works his way in. Pumps the brakes. Feeds it over to Tage Thompson, who knocks it back to Benson. Offside Buffalo. Two minutes to go in overtime. Buffalo's still on the power play, and now here comes their second power play unit. Quinn pumps the brakes, feeds over to Zucker with a shot, and it got blocked. Great chances for Buffalo. Clutch is on it. Feeds it up over to Doan. One-on-one. Pumps the brakes, feeds it across. A shot, and a good save there by Thompson. Clutch is there to intercept that play as they tried to dump it deep, and then he lost control of it. And now here comes Tom Wilson. He's in! Stopped by Luukkonen. Duhane fires, glove save Luukkonen. Power play is expiring. Quinn skates into the zone. He's got a man all over him. He holds, drops it over to Thompson. Cuts into the net. A shot by Tuck was stopped by Thompson. What a chance that was, and now here's Ovechkin. Works his way in. Tage Thompson with a good back check. Back and forth we go in overtime. Tuck to Benson. Holds. Tries to get around this man. He can't. Leonard with a pass to Alexei Protest. He's in. Stopped by Luukkonen. 33 seconds to go. Benson now. Back for Buffalo. Fires a shot. Saved there by Thompson. It's in! Zach Benson scores! And Buffalo has a 3-0 series lead heading to Game 4. What a game in Washington, just when we thought we were going to get second overtime. Zach Benson shoots one on net. It hits Logan Thompson and trickles in for the Buffalo Sabres. And they now lead the series 3-0 here against Washington. From myself, Bob Sutherland, and the rest of the EA studio, we thank you for joining us here in Washington tonight, and we will see you on Monday when the Capitals and the Buffalo Sabres face off for Game 4, where Buffalo is one win away from the Stanley Cup Final.